I'm Tom. I'm a 24-year-old. I have a son, and I've been in the design industry for about 4 years. I'm currently an art director at an ad agency called nextThursday. Well, it's a small agency. It's been around, well, they rebranded themselves recently, maybe 6 months ago. They used to be called the Really Quite Good Ideas Company, and before that they had about 3 years experience in the art field, and now it's a tight little hub of about 8 of us. There wasn't really any motivation. It's sort of just, it's something I really like doing. I really liked colouring in books all the way through childhood, and then that stepped up to a love of like Pixar films. Went nuts when I first saw Nemo and Shrek, all that sort of thing, and then my parents were in the McDonald's business, so they sort of just informed me and told me all about Happy Meal toys and the design of Happy Meal toys, which then turned into some crazy graphic design idea. You know what, that sounds cool, it's enough business, there's enough art, it's a good mix. So went that path. It would have been about 4 years ago. I was studying at TAFE, and it was about 4 months left of my course before I graduated, and I started snooping around. People started telling us to ask around, find people in the industry, see if they can help me out. And my dad happened to know a guy in marketing, and I started working in a marketing agency, just just interning at a marketing agency called UM. And then after 2 weeks there, I was just filling out Excel sheets saying like, marketing's not for me. And then I had to ask around the marketing office, just say, hey, does anyone know any design agencies, or can I get into a more design field here? And it turned out to be this girl I never really talked to in the office. She ended up having a friend who worked at an agency called Junior at the time, and then turned out getting work experience there for the remaining 3-4 months of my course at TAFE, which then turned into a part-time job, full-time job. A lot of advertising work, strategy work, we do photography, and yeah, design, branding. We can see a project from start to finish. It's always good to sort of sit down with the client, figure out what they want, and then pursue that, which is as much as we can do in-house, not limited by quality, of course. If there's a better photographer, we're obviously going to suggest a better photographer, and if there's a better person who would be able to produce the thing, we'll get a producer onto it who's more professional. But if we can do it all in-house and we know it's up to standard, then we'll take that. So there is 8 of us at the moment. We have a managing director and a creative director. Then there is myself as an art director and a senior designer. And then along with that, we have an account service woman and accounts director, who just looks after all the business side of things. We got a producer and a traffic manager as well. A big one would be give the client what they want without sacrificing quality. It took a good couple of years to understand what type of design fits what client, and it always takes a couple of months to sort of figure out what they're doing with their design and where they're at. Like, you can't just throw the latest design thing at a university for first time example, because it's too scary for them, because they've got such a wide audience who doesn't really keep up with the latest design trends. So without sacrificing good design, just giving them something that they're ready for, really. A lot of it would be concepting for me at the moment. Sitting around, feet up on the desk half the time, just pen in pad, figuring out what kind of advertising concept I should do. And then there's other days where I will walk in, headphones on, start to finish, and just not talk to anyone. It's just complete rollout. So you're just pushing through artwork, churning it all out, and then yeah, just some other days where it's a lot more relaxed and you're throwing chat around. It's good. It would start off with the client coming into the office and having a sit down with my managing director, who's also a senior strategist as well. So he'll sit with them and talk about how he can improve their business, or talk about how their business is going at the moment, and then what we can offer, and then lay out a plan of what we can do to improve their business over a certain amount of time with a certain amount of budget. Then after several meetings or so, they'll come back and then we'll get into concepting, which will, depending on timings or stuff, I mean, we can push it through. We've done it in like 3 weeks from that start to finish, but then really big ones and good ones can go for a matter of months. And then we'll go from concepting, presentation to the client, which is always rough because you got to present as many concepts as you can, and there's a lot you love and a lot that the clients love and hate, and there's always differences there. And then they might go to a focus group, which is also very brutal because they'll bring in random crowds just to sit there and eat snacks and judge your ideas, and you're just like, who are you? Why are you doing this to me? I've worked so hard for this kind of thing. And then we'll go through rounds of that, and then we get into the design phase, back and forth, and then once we've got an approved design of like one artwork or one version of the logo, then just push it, keep rolling that out. They might have 80 billboards booked, so you just then roll it out, certain sizes, all that sort of thing, just warp your design. So, and then once that's done, send it all to print, get it out, have a few beers, really. That's it. Usually it would be a Nike campaign, just because love Nike, love everything they stand for, and it would just be fun. But so much love for Pokemon Go at the moment. It is just the best idea, best campaign, or no, just the best app idea. Most memorable project was when I first stepped into art direction, actually. I got given the second round of Sun Mum. Sun Mum is a Queensland Health initiative to get kids to wear sun cream and hats, and just all about sun safety. And after the first summer of 2012, they need to back it up. Oh, I think it was like 2014, sorry. They need to back it up with a second round in the next summer, of course, keep it fresh in the kids' heads. And we had the idea to do a film clip and release a hit song and hopefully get her into the charts. So it'd be on the radio, get that into kids' heads, hopefully get something catchy going, because songs get stuck in your head, then hopefully sun safety messaging gets stuck in your head. So that went from finding a band to helping them write lyrics to then doing photo shoots, and then doing shoots of about 2 to 3 minute videos of hype leading up to the film clip drop, which was then a 3-minute film clip, which sort of annoyed everyone really in the end because it's on every YouTube pre-roll. But shooting a film clip was just probably the funnest thing I've done. With patience, really. There's a lot of, in my position, a lot of the difficult clients get managed in someone else's hands, like in Suit's hands, really. They go to the accounts girls to sort of send emails, throw the chat a bit, and if that gets a bit out of hand, I go to the managing director, who then takes care of it. It's like, oh, let me talk to your boss kind of thing. But so it's out of my hands usually there, but freelancing, you just sort of gotta let them help if they want to help. I mean, I've worked with people in freelance who I've done 12 revisions of a billboard because they want to play designer, you know. You got to let them do it because they're the ones who pay you, they're the ones who are paying for the billboard. You can only suggest a couple of options, like, hey, this is my preferred option, this is what you're after. They're like, oh, yeah, but I want to change the colour of this, what if I want to do this? And you're like, this is what I think you should go with, but here's what you're after, here's what you suggested. And then it gets draining at times, a lot, with that sort of thing, and you just got to wear it, man. You're in the industry to wear it. To try and not be trendy was a big one. I sort of lucked out in a way where I went straight from graduation to work experience, part-time job, which was quite lucky, I guess, knowing someone in that sense. But to try and be different from the latest trends you see on the internet and apply that in your own style is always hard, along with sort of convincing seniors and all that they should try this, be a bit edgy is always different. And then also at the same time try to stay humble. When you walk into an agency, it was a big thing for me. I sort of stepped in, you know, like, oh yeah, cool, I got a job, I must be pretty awesome. But then I'm working with guys who got 20 years experience on me, you know. If they tell you maybe you should fix something up, then it's, you know, you're here to learn. So it took me a while to get a grasp of like killing your babies, that sort of saying, and you know, just don't get ahead of yourself. There's a lot of seniors out there who are there to teach you, and when they criticise you, it's always like a real kick in the nuts, but it's worth it. You'll learn a lot. Someone who, can I swear?
Yeah, go ahead.
Someone who thinks their shit doesn't stink, basically. They come in and they argue with the seniors. Yeah, like I said, I've seen a guy come in looking for a job, or basically there's a job available, and he came in freelancing, and obviously that could turn into a potential full-time gig. And then, you know, I just watched him argue with the creative director, and he had a few of those like dummy spits, and it just didn't work out for him. Like he was gone within a fortnight, you know, like he didn't work out for him. So you just sort of gotta know your seniors, know how to talk to people, know how to get along with the suits, because they're the ones who are gonna sell your idea. And then also know how to respect those who've been in the industry a lot longer than you. And yeah, you're there to learn. If you're just getting a job, basically you learn a lot more in the first couple of weeks, really. What advice do I have? I would say be social. There's a lot of events on. There's a lot of people who will sit there and have a beer with you and give you a lot of advice. You know, there's bad trivia nights. There's trivia nights every month. There's first Thursday drinks every month. We're going to an AGDA talk tomorrow night. I'm sure I'm going to see some people there who are in the industry. There's a lot of opportunities to meet people through those type of things. And then there's also a lot of agencies around town where you can just look up where they are on the internet and then walk in and literally just ask if you see someone in there and just show them your work. You know, you don't have to, you could send them an email and say, hey, I'm thinking about heading in sometime this week. There's a fair chance they're not going to get back to you, you know. There's numerous times when I was looking for a job, I never got an email reply, and that's just, it's a pain in the ass. But you sort of got to present your work, like just get on the forefront, walk in the front door, and that's just the best way to do it. You know, they can't really say no, we can't see you right now if you're right there. Just give them the book and say, hey, I'd love to talk through it with you if you got the time, and fair chance they'll say yeah. They can't be that busy, and if they are, then they are. They're not going to lie. But yeah, just go for it like that. Get social and just do more than an email, because it's not going to work.